Gentlemen,
Yeah.
good afternoon.
Hey,
the
what's
last
up?
interview of the day. Come
Yes,
on.
yes.
Apart from sitting in, roasting hot rooms for hours on end, answer the same questions time and time again. How are you enjoying my beautiful country?
It is awesome. Look what I got.
That is incredible. They are glorious. You didn't get them that from like one of those little shops where they
Gucci,
sell you the
brother?
key rings and stuff, did they? Always listen.
I don't
Gucci.
think so. I don't
No.
think they have those.
I made them.
You made them.
Been working his ass off like a tiny little cobbler.
Is there anything this man cannot do? Gentlemen, Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon. Like most huge fans of the original movies, I heard they're redoing Lethal Weapon, having another crack at it. I thought, this is a horrible mistake to make. Then I heard Damon was involved, and I thought this could be a bit like Bulletproof, which was one of my favourite movies back in the day, and I thought that can work. And now I've seen the whole series, and it does. How did you guys feel about it when you first heard they were going to have a crack at Lethal Weapon?
I think everybody had the knee-jerk reaction of, "Oh, this could be really, really bad." And then I read a really, really great script, and I said, "This could be really, really good."
I took all my clothes off and set my hair on fire because I thought it was such a terrible idea.
Yeah.
And then I read the script, and I was like, crap.
Let's douse this out. And give it a go. I think you guys would be well aware when you first signed on to this thing is the fact that, it was going to live and die by the chemistry between yourselves. And what I really liked about the series was the fact that you're not having a go at Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. It's very, very different. It feels kind of, it's old hat to say, contemporary and all that kind of garbage, but it feels new, but that kind of the warmness around the camaraderie between you guys is still there. Were you worried that it was going to take a while to get this bromanship underway?
I don't think we met each other for breakfast. Literally a week before we started shooting because I was so reluctant to read the material. And thankfully, they couldn't find their guy. And so when I finally flew out to Los Angeles after reading the material and we sat down at breakfast, it was instantaneous. And I don't know if we knew that it was going to be this great chemistry, but we knew that we could work together. And I knew how funny he was. And a couple of moments happened at breakfast where I knew that we had similar humor. And I had confidence that at least we would be able to find it. But once we got on set, it was literally once the words started coming out and we had the clothes and we were in the scenes, it just started working.
For people who haven't caught on to it just yet, what's kind of the key difference between your characters and the characters we all know and love and the show itself? Because you guys didn't want to talk to Danny and Mel beforehand, did you? You didn't want to kind of tap into that. You wanted a completely different thing.
Well, I think we had to approach it like Shakespeare. Like, all right, this has been done by many other actors, but here's my interpretation of these characters and of this character. And it actually frees you up to put your own little spin on it, because if I were to talk to Danny Glover, it would shut me down because his approach to the character is going to be totally different than mine.
And nor would they want to tell. I can't imagine an actor.
Danny's too old for this shit. He's
just too old for this shit, period. I can't imagine any actor wanting to give notes to another actor playing a role that they've played. I want to see what you can bring to it. If someone plays a role that I've played before, I can't imagine, wanting the comparisons to be there. And I think we got quite lucky that there's been so much time since the original one came out.
If you were to direct an episode, this happens a lot in shows now where the stars get an eye into it and they get a go at directing at some point. What would happen in that episode? And would you like to borrow any more from the movies, any particular scene in the movies that you want to see in the show?
I'm going to direct episode, I think 19, and I certainly don't know where we're going to be with the story and the trajectory of that story, but I'm not necessarily looking to bring anything from... we're always wanting to tip our hats to the films, right? Just as we're always wanting to kind of use Los Angeles as a postcard in the show, right? We always want to pick beautiful locations. But my goal is just to, what I've asked for is an episode that is truly about the relationship between these two guys, and that there are no explosions, there are no car chases, there are no kind of big bells and whistles, because I believe that the show lies between the two characters, and that we could have them in a car riding around all day And it would be pretty interesting to watch these guys kind of banter back and forth and dealing with the elements that kind of come their way.
See, that's an interesting point, but I would like to see somebody escaping an explosion in a bathtub, ideally. And then if we can bring Chris Rock in to marry your daughter, which would be like really creepy at this age, I think that'd be great as well. Anything from the movies that you look at sometimes. Have you seen the movies since you did the show, or do you try not to watch them because you don't want it mixing these worlds?
They brought in the Leo Getz character this season, and that was a lot of fun.
It works really, really well as well.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to see more of that, and I do think there'll be a boyfriend, a suitor for my daughter that I'm not gonna like, and. So I think they're going to slowly introduce these things, but right now they're really trying to work on the family and bringing Riggs into this family.
Well, gents, I can't wait to see what happens in the next series. We're only on episode 13 here, but I've obviously skipped ahead and seen them all. The last 2 episodes are really, really good, I think.
Thank you very much.
And congratulations on the show.
Thanks, my brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, man.
Ignition. Lift off.
If you don't represent women in politics,